Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Spectacle Island and welcome to our brand new dock. Now you would have seen the drone footage there of the construction, and this is the main reason we haven't been here for a couple of weeks. It's been a few weeks between episodes because we've been pretty busy getting this built, but I am super stoked with how this has turned out. Apart from a couple of floating concrete blocks there on the ends which I wasn't quite able to get sitting quite correctly, this has been exactly what I wanted it to be. It's perfect. We can get the truck down there and get it turned around, truck trailers and the like, without too much hassle. So I'm really looking forward to getting the boat here and having a chance to try that out. So I guess we can go harvest some soybeans. We've got another busy day today. I do want to go and try and load up a couple more loads of logs and get some more money back in. We've spent about just under $40,000 getting this done. I think we were on 63 when it started. So a little bit of cash gone in there. A few little bits I would have liked to have done a little bit better. Got a little flickering there with the overlap on the concrete and a little bit of a gap there, but I think it just adds to it. Not quite so much the flickering, but just some of those imperfections. Looking very nice. Now, I'm hoping we're going to have the boat turn up very soon with our worker for the day, so we'll just pop up here. Other plans, we do have the fields up here that need to be harvested, harvested. They've already been harvested. We need to get in here and plant these. So we've got plenty of seed to do that with, and we've also got the soybeans ready to get started on some harvesting. Now we are going to go and have to buy an auger. I think that is what we're going to need for the boat, but once it's here we can sort of test that out and figure out once it's pulled up beside what's going to be the best way to get some product into there and send it off down to the sell points. But we're just going to keep an eye out here and see if the boat is on their way or not. And there they come around the edge there. We can see the boat, a nice clean white grain boat. So they're steaming in here at quite a rate. They're just hitting the brakes there a little bit. So we'll head down. I'm doing this all on auto drive obviously. We've set an auto drive course up that runs around the edge of the map, or edge of the water, sorry, and takes it to connect to some of the existing auto drive courses. So we'll just keep an eye out here and see how they manage to handle pulling up here beside. So approaching the dock now. That's not too bad actually. Look at that. A little bit of a bump there, but I reckon that is a pretty darn good. Not a bad effort. Right, we'll let our worker get down off there and we'll introduce you to him and make a plan for the day. And a very warm welcome to Spectacle Island to David Shanks. Thank you very much for your offer of help, David, and great to have you here. Good to see you know how to skipper a boat too. We might have to put you to use a little bit more later on today. But I think first up we are going to go and get you set up with one of the planters and a tractor and start getting a couple of our fields planted. Hopefully once we've done that, it won't take too long. I'm going to go and do a little bit of loading some logs and we'll then hopefully work together and get our soybeans harvested. We'll see how we go for time. We definitely want to try and get those started. We're going to have to get an auger, so you can see we're a little bit far away there. My plan is if we can put an auger here on the dock, we can come down and tip into that and load into the back of the boat there. Now the other plan is if we even need to use the barge, we can obviously nose in from that side or alternatively come in from this end as well. So we've got some different options for best way to load onto the barge if we want to sell something with that. So there we go, we'll go and make a start on some planting, get David set up there with getting some crops into the ground, and we'll go and start on the logs. So there we go, we've got David started. He is getting some corn planted in there. I had a look in the silos and that is probably the crop we're lowest on. And obviously the pigs do manage to eat quite a bit of corn and go through that with their food. So I think that's going to be our best option. Probably plant at least these two fields here, maybe even the third field in corn, and that'll leave the field with the soybeans in it at the moment to use for something else, like I'm not sure what, some other sort of crop. We'll take that into consideration when we get to that field, but certainly corn for now is the plan. Right, he is underway there. That's going to take him a wee bit of time. We've got plenty of seed, I have checked that, and we're going to head down in the truck again, make use of this fantastic log loader. I really did enjoy using this last time, so we'll go down and get a couple more loads of logs picked up and sold. And by then, hopefully we'll be in a position to be able to start with some harvesting. We're down here at the field, just having a look how many logs we've got left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 big trees here. So we've probably actually only got a couple more loads, I'd imagine. It would be good if we can get these all done in 2 trips. One there, that looks like it's about the right length to fit on, along these ones at the front. In fact, we've probably got quite a few here already pre-cut to be able to put on. In fact, are they cut right through to the back there? Not quite. But I'm just going to crack straight into getting some of these loaded, see how many we can get on the loads. Maybe 2 loads, we'll see how we go. But if we can get them all taken out and back sold, that'll be great to get that bit cleaned up. The farm was getting a little bit messy, so it'd be nice to be able to get that all gone and tidied up. Right, there we are, first log onto the trailer. So we'll just carry on. That's not a bad length actually, a little bit of overhang on the end. But if we can get these all done, let's get it done and be able to move on to next task. Alright, that's a decent sort of load. We could actually get a few more on there, but we've actually only got some short ones here. There's 4, 5, 6, 7 shortish logs there. Then over this side, a few more short ones. So I'm not going to bother just trying to cram them all on. I don't think we'd get them. We certainly wouldn't get every log that's left here on. So we'll just take this down as an initial load, get this one sold, and come back and get those last few. Alright, based on our last experiences, I'm picking a little bit over 10 grand for this load. So we'll go and get it sold and see what we make. 10,246. So I'll claim $246 as being just over 10 grand. Not a bad guess. Right, probably on that basis, there's probably about 7 or 8 grand worth of logs left up there. Maybe just a little bit less, probably around the 7 grand rather than the 8. So let's go and get them loaded up, sold, and that'll be great to have that area all cleared up. There's a few wood chips. We will come down with the trailer and put the bucket on the front of the wheel loader and get those all tidied up as well. We do have quite a few wood chips actually at the main farm yard that still need to be picked up and moved at some stage too. So got to make money everywhere we possibly can. Alright, let's get the last of these logs loaded up. Getting my tongue tied today, trying to say logs and loaded at the same time. But we'll get the last of these on here and get them sold. By then, I think David should not be too far away from finishing that first field if he hasn't finished it already. So we'll get this done and then go and catch up with him. I think this is the last log. Had a good look around. I can't see any more hiding anywhere in the grass. These have been just a touch too short actually. For the truck, they don't quite sit between the two bunks, the front and back bunk. But if we have it far enough on the back one, as long as it's held in place at the front, the tie will go across and lock them in place so they don't disappear. We'll just go in here, make sure those are all strapped down. There's something funny going on with that one. Have a quick look around here, make sure there is no more. Now you'll see we do have the notification that there's a little piece. We don't worry too much about that. In fact, if I put it over here, I know there's another little piece of wood over here we'll get rid of. There it is. We'll grind those up with the chainsaw. But everything else looks like it's gone. So we'll get this down and sold. Then we'll go back and catch up with David, get him moved into the next field. And then I think we will get things set up to start harvesting. We won't worry about planting this one down here right on the way. But I may look at going down while he's doing the planting and seeing if we can find an auger that will work with the boat. So go and get these sold and again get back up to the yard. And I'm thinking I'm back at my earlier suggestion that this might be a little bit less than 7 grand now, having seen it all on here compared to the last load. It's probably even closer to 6 or maybe even 5. I'd say there's only half the amount of wood we had on the last one. 5,276. So there we go, between the 5 and 6. Right, that's all done. Better undo that strap. Let's head back up to the yard. And in fact, I might just try and fold this trailer back up, get it back into the travel configuration rather than sitting here on the back. There we go, fold it up and we'll travel this way. It should be a little bit quicker rather than dragging that around everywhere. So we'll see you back up at the yard. Alright, we've got back here, we've parked up next to the field. David is over there. I think he's getting a little bit more seed put into the planter, but just spin around here very quickly. All finished planting in here, which is very nice. He's done a good job. Looks nice and tidy. And I guess there's nothing left to do now except to let the crops grow. I think we do need to put some more fertilizer on at some stage. So we'll head down, we'll get David started in the next field across. And while he's doing that, we've got some things to sort out with the combine, and we might take a trip down to the shop to have a look for an auger. Get something back here so we can load our crops into the boat. So we'll go and get that all organised. And there we go, back underway again. So, more corn going into this field, which is good. Now, over here, got the soybeans all ready to go. Now, I have definitely decided we are going to sell these. We've got, between our sunflowers and canola and soybeans in the silo, there's about 30,000 litres of sunflowers and canola. So, that should be more than enough to keep our pigs fed for quite a wee while. So, definitely the soybeans can head into the boat and we'll take them to the nearest sell point. Well, we'll only put them in the boat if it, of course, one of the boat unloading docks is the place to sell it. So we'll do that now. Let's take the truck down. We'll need to, I think we need to unhook this, don't we? Because that doesn't. Oh, it does have the tow bar on it. We'll unhook it anyhow because we need to put the grain bin on the back and head down to the sell point. Down to the shop. We'll head down to the shop and pick up an auger. Alright, just arrived down here. Go in and have a chat to our friendly shop assistant. So we'll just take a look here in belt systems. Got a few different options here to look at. In fact, we've only got the 2 installed at the moment. And I think I looked at these 2 because the length they had. Now I think 6 to 9 meters for that one. I actually have a distance on that one, but I'm pretty sure the other one is the long one. You can see the folded up arm there. It folds back a little bit. Oh, I'm probably mistaken actually. This one here looks to be the longer one, and it takes material from the ground, loads it onto the next conveyor belt or into the boat, as the case will be for us. And it's also cheaper, $5,000. So I think we're gonna take a chance on that one, and fingers crossed it all works out for us. Only the one option there, change the fenders on the wheels there from metal to plastic. I think we'll go with the metal one, it doesn't cost us anymore. It will last a little bit longer. There we go, that is all done. And just while we're here, we've also been told they've got some more trailers in for us. So we're just going to have a quick look here. A couple of options. The Bailey trailer, $11,500. Also got the Johnson flatbed trailer there, also for $11,500. And they both, if we look at them, both have a much longer drawbar. Here are the 2 of them. In fact, probably the Bailey trailer, the Johnson trailer's probably got the best one there. Also got these Joskin wagons here. So again, we've got the nice long drawbar on that. I think we can put some ends on it if we wanted to. That one's slightly cheaper. And then the last one here, I think, is the Marshall trailer. It's nice and long. Probably might be a little bit too big for our farm, to be honest, but about the same price. So a couple of options there. So that's good to know. We can come back down and bring the other trailer down and look at replacing that at some stage. But for now, we'll focus on getting the conveyor back up to the farm and test it out down in the down with the boat. Make sure everything is going to work. There we go, we've got it hooked up. Seems to fit on the back of here pretty well. Looks like a good size. I reckon this is going to be pretty much the perfect thing for us. So let's get back down to the farm. There's David. It's making good progress across the field. He's probably going to need some seed in a minute though, so I was going to say we'd bring some up to him, but I think the wheel loader's still down in the other field, so you might just have to run back up and top up from in the shed. But we'll get this down into position down by the boat and see if we can get it all set up, ready to go for once we start harvesting. So apart from a demo or a test run, this is the first time we've driven down here properly. Quite exciting. I'm hoping we can get this backed up in here in about the right position. It's not too bad right about there, I think. Don't want to go too close to the edge. Invariably, I will come down here and bump it somehow. Now, I wonder if we can unfold that. No, maybe we have to attach it and hop into it and do it that way. We'll give that a try. Down. Hooked. Let's go see what we can do with this. There we go. We needed the hoses hooked up to be able to do it. Required the hydraulics, but it looks pretty good. We can adjust the spout on the end there, but that's a perfect length. In fact, we could even bring it a little bit further away. We must have a height adjustment. We can do that too. No need to do that. We'll keep it down low, less distance for the crop to fall. So get that unhooked, and we'll just have to wait and see once we get down here that it all works. Alright, with the auger back here, we've got the trailer hooked up now. We'll take this down to the field, see how David's going. He should be about halfway through. He has come back down and got some more seed. Here we go, you just see him turning around, so he should have enough to finish off there, which will be good. We're just going to park the truck here on the headlands. Not sure how far around the field we'll get. I know soybeans aren't the highest yielding crop, but this field is quite large, so we'll just run down actually. We're going to go pick the wheel loader up, get that out of the other field, and then we'll come back and get the combine going. Got the loader back. Now, time to get this beast out of the shed. Put some diesel in it before we head down to the field. It is getting a little bit low. Easier to do it now than having to come back a little bit later. And otherwise, it's actually, well, the header needs a little bit of a service, so we might get the toolbox out and give that a tweak just to make sure it is all good to go. There we go, that is us full up, so go and find the toolbox and get that fixed. Everything all fixed up, repaired, all ready to go. So we'll head down and we'll make a start. I'm looking forward to getting these done. I'm really eager to get the dock tested out and see how that all works. A little bit concerned about that auger. I haven't tested that yet, and I'm a little bit worried I haven't got that set up properly, but we can't test that until we've got some crops to put into the boat, and I didn't want to put any of the other crops in because I think we can only take one crop at a time in the boat, so if we put something else in there we'd have to then try and get it out. Now let's make a start in here. Now I want to make sure we do have swath dropping on. There it is, because the soy stalk bales are similar to the canola ones and worth a decent amount of money, so we definitely want to be able to try and get those baled. There we go, this is all going pretty well. We're 10% full already, so I think on that basis we're probably not going to make it the whole way around the field. But that's not to worry. We will get things set up, and once David's ready to come and give us a hand, we'll be in a better position to have both a truck operator and a combine operator. Alright, there we are, 100% full, so we'll get that header turned off. We will put our auger out, and then we will be able to, on the right tool to be able to do the auger. There we go, all sorted. Right, let's head up the front and we'll go and get the truck, bring it back down here and get this unloaded. There we go, getting some beans into the back of the truck. When we were over there, David must be on to his last pass just about, or possibly his second to last pass, so not too much longer to go till he will be finished. I haven't decided what we're going to do yet, whether we'll get him to drive the truck and we'll carry on with the grain cart, or what exactly we're going to do there, so we'll just have to figure that out. We'll get carried on here and wait until he's finished to see what he wants to do. Oh, there we go, we've just got the warning pop up just as we say that to say he's all done. Right, we'll get around to the other side of the field and then we'll figure out the plan of attack. Alright, we just had a chat to David. He's quite keen to do the combining. A little bit nervous, I think, with the new auger setup. He doesn't want to dent anything or break anything down there. Well, even though he did a good job bringing the boat in. So he's just taking the tractor back down to the yard. We'll go and bring the truck over here, get it around the right side of the field, and then he can come back down here and carry on with the combine. We've got David back underway. Now I want to go and test the auger. We've got the one load in here in the truck. Left the trailer behind so David can unload into that if he can find his way around. But let's go down and test this auger and make sure we can make it work, because I don't want to get a full truck and trailer down here and find out we've got issues. So we'll get down here. Well, there we are. We've backed into the auger. We've got a tip trigger there. We're getting it tipped in. Doesn't seem to be coming out the end, and in fact we've only managed to put 1200 litres, which must be stored in the auger. Now I wonder, when we moved this we couldn't actually unfold it without the hoses or anything connected, so I wonder if we've made an error and purchased the wrong auger. Let's get that hooked up. We'll turn those on, and there we go. We're getting our soybeans in there, so looks like we need the hoses connected. We hop back up in here. We can't tip into there at the moment, so I'm guessing we've made an error. I wonder if we need to go and have another look at the one up in the shop. In fact, let's give the guys at the shop a call and see if they can give us a tip or whether we've gone the wrong way. Well, we have gone and made a bit of a boo-boo. If I'd read this properly, we would have seen that we could collect from the ground. It's got a long working length. Ideal helper for the farmer. Thanks to the integrated electric motor, the auger works completely autonomously and can be moved over short distances without a tractor. And talking to the guys, it's actually extendable. It stretches out. So that's certainly not the 8 or 9 meters that they were talking about. So I think we're going to have to go down to the shop, eat some humble pie, take this one back, and go and bring the other one back with us. So it's a bit of a bummer, but at least we found out now before we loaded the truck up with a full load. So I think if we fold that auger up, let's head back down to the shop and get it swapped out. We've been down to the shop and back. We lost about $1,300 on that other auger through selling it used, and we've had to buy this one, which was $12,000. So we've effectively paid $13.5 or a little bit more for this one. But I'm feeling a lot more confident that we're going to have the right setup now. Let's try and get this all lined up, and we've still got a few soybeans here in the back of the truck to test it with. So pull up in here. Now I think we should be able to disconnect it, and we'll go and hop in to the auger and move it around. There we go. So we can get that extended out. Hopefully it will go far enough to get into the loading area of the ship. That looks pretty good to me. In fact, we can probably lower it down too. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty much perfect. Alright, we need to have it turned on. I'm not too sure. Let's hop in here, see if we can dump out now from the truck and get it into the hopper. Here we go. We can dump to ground. Not going yet. Do we need to turn something on? And there we go. We've got it turned on and it is unloading. It's picked all that soybeans up from the ground. So that is that's fantastic. Just going to get a little bit closer here so we've got more space to maneuver. I do wonder whether we need to put a try and see if we can get a bollard or something that we can put up on the edge there. But that's awesome. It's working. All right, that solves a whole lot of issues, because otherwise we're going to have to come and hook up to the other one all the time. But this setup means we can just leave it running and dump the beans in front of it. So let's head back up to the field. You can see that David is needing an empty out, so we'll go and get him cleared and carry on with the harvesting. Alright, we've just brought the truck in. It didn't bother hooking the trailer up. We wanted to get in here as quick as we could. We could keep moving. So we'll start heading along here with David, start getting things unloaded. But that seems to all be going to work really well. I'm really pleased that that second auger did work. Disappointed we made the error getting the wrong one in the first place, but at least we had enough money in the bank, having gone and sold those few logs earlier, to be able to cover the expense. So I think I'm a little bit worried now we're going to run out of daylight. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, so I'm not sure what time the sun will set, but hopefully we have enough time to get this field harvested. So I think we'll put this onto a little bit of a time lapse for a while and just get into it. Alright, just about full here. It's taken a wee while. In fact, it's taken a lot longer than I expected. I know soybeans aren't the highest yielding crop, but it's still taken quite a while to get the truck and trailer full, to the point where we probably don't actually need the trailer, and I certainly won't bring it back for the rest of the field. Should be able to get it all into the truck. But there we go. 13,600 litres in here. So let's go down to the boat and see about getting this dumped in. It'd be interesting to see how that auger handles having this much grain thrown at it at once, and see how our setup's going to work. Alright, we'll try and get the truck done first and the trailer last. See that the engine's still running on that thing. It is electric, so I'm assuming we just need to charge the battery up every now and then. But let's just see if we start tipping that there. There we go, it is heading up the top, going into the boat. We're tipping faster than the conveyor can take it away though, but looks like we're in about a right position, so long as it can take from, well, has a pickup that's far enough away to grab all that, but it certainly looks to be great getting it all. Just be with that little bit near the rear axle. No, gonna take it all. That is perfect. Right, let's get the trailer up here next to it as well. Do the same thing now with the trailer. There we go, that's picking that up too, no problems. So this is working out Fantastic. This is exactly what we wanted to do. It's not the most orthodox way to do it, but it is what it is. The other way we could have looked at would have been to build a silo or something down here that we could dump into a silo and then have an unloading auger or something on the other side of the silo. That might be something we do in the future, maybe in another update or upgrade. But look at that, that conveyor's picked that up from everywhere. It's got a great pickup on it. Only downside now is I've got this stupid trailer to have to try and back with and turn around. If we can swing out here to the left a little bit. Careful not to drive off the edge. My one gripe with this truck is the turning circle is atrocious. There we go, just clip the bottom of the bank. Alright, we'll take the trailer off because like I said, we're not going to need that for the last few bushels that are down there, last few litres of soybeans. So we'll drop this off and then we'll go down and get the rest of the crop in. And we're going to get it done just before things start getting too dark for us, I reckon. Looks like Dave there is cutting into the next of the lands, so and we don't have too much left to go. Now just while he's doing that, something I've neglected to do on this field is to put a proper field entrance in there. So while we're just waiting and we've been doing a bit of landscaping with the docks, let's get that little bit added in now too. I think if we get rid of this bush, now we haven't quite got the right texture there. That looks more like it. We just get rid of that bush and put a little bit of a section in here. Gonna work out just perfect, I reckon. Now, unlike the other field, do we need one down the other end? I don't think so. In fact, why don't we just make this a bit wider so we could turn in from either direction. If we're coming back from the road, we could come in here. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. Right, we'll leave that there. How does it look? Not bad at all. Right, let's not use it. We'll just cut across the edge here and go and carry on getting the combine unloaded, and we'll catch up with you when we're all finished in here, I think. Last little piece of the field here. We're not going to get this all into the truck, are we? 98% at the moment. It's going to be so close, but we do have, if I just spin around, we've got this little bit left here, and it is just a very small bit up at the top of the field. We're going to be so close though, but that's alright, we can get the combine back down to the yard with a little bit in it still. That shouldn't be too much of a worry. We'll get this put in and then we'll go down and get it put into the boat. And there we go, we'll get this dumped out here and should be going up into the boat. It's not actually. I'm going to stop that. Wonder what I haven't got turned on at the moment. Oh, there we go. Just needed me to be in it and then it started picking it up. On those little glitchy things. But we'll just get this all emptied out. Looks like David has finished with the combine, so we'll get up and get the last little piece sorted out up there, and then we'll wrap things up for the day, I think. We had 279 litres up in the combine, so not much at all. I was debating just dumping it into our silo rather than taking it down to the boat, but seeing we've got it in the truck now, we may as well do that. If we still had it in the combine, I probably would have just unloaded straight here into the silo. At least got David too on his way past. There we go, that did not take long at all. Right, in fact we should just jump out while we're here. We'll get this in and get it turned off. We'll get it folded up because we need it out of the way for when it's time for the boat to depart. There we go, that auger's been much better than the one we had earlier. That is exactly what we needed. Works very well. So, we'll head back up, get things parked up, and say our farewells to David, I think. Well, David, thank you very much for your help today. It was great to get a couple of fields planted with some corn and to get those soybeans harvested. I think we're going to leave the boat there overnight. We'll go and head down to the sell point tomorrow with that. So I'll drop you off back in town. Thank you for bringing the boat though as well. It's been great to have you here, and thank you very much for your help. All right, well, there we go. We've got it. We've got our dock, and it's worked perfectly. Apart from my little hiccup with the augers, that is exactly what I wanted it to do, what I wanted it to be. It's worked out better than I ever imagined it would. So very excited to have that there, and great to see that growth in the farm. Now I'm just going to actually jump in here and see how many litres of soybeans we've got. 22,216 litres off that field. And currently, high price at unloading dock 1 of $1,100, although that is going down, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And boat unloading station 1 is the one up here at the main industrial port. we've got boat unloading station number 2 is just around the corner. But when you look at the map, it's not too far to go from here to either of those two, so it is going to work out exceptionally well. But there we go, we'll jump off the boat, we'll secure that there for the evening, and next week, or next time, we will be heading down to the sell point and getting those sold. We've got the soy straw all needs to be baled, and then we'll have 2 fields which need planting. So, as always, plenty to do on Spectacle Island. So if you want to come and give me a hand, make sure you leave a comment down below. If you're good with a baler, good with a planter, or good with a plough, I might need your help. But as always, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.